It's Madden NFL 24, and the folks...
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown pass.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. Oh, Amari Cooper couldn't pull it in there. Third down here.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And all defensive teams that I know talk about creating turnovers. Takeaways, they call them. And anytime you can get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really, really good performance. They exceeded that number in a big way.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be a 44-yard punt. The return goes for 8. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by the youngster, the rookie, their QB.
And what a performance in his last game. A couple of touchdown passes. That was positive.
But more than 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's not what he's looking for. What did Vince Lombardi say, though?
There he goes, offside.
And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. First down, and they go back to Harris. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. Pretty darn good mix and match effort. 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 more receiving.
I don't know how you felt, but to me it was apparent that early on, they just had to keep finding ways to get him the football because he was obviously going to find his way into the end zone, wasn't he?
He was, and he found his way there 5 times.
Setting up the screen, Harris.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
The Steelers are 3-1 here through their first 4 games. They're hitting their stride of late. Winners of 3 of their last 4.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Looking to throw on second down. Gallagher, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up fourth down.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return here. Where will they spot him? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Watson.
That's complete to Peoples-Jones.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
And trouble trying the middle here. And a short gain down to about the 33.
You look at this Steeler defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass? Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
On 1st down, Watson, incomplete.
They have their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones.
And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, Watson. And he's got his big wide receiver complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's 2nd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 15-yard line.
This is the tight end, Njoku. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
To the air yet again, Watson.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Browns are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Chubb. Diving for the end zone, and he'll get there. Touchdown. So part of it was a passing game that drove him down the field. But when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took him home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Najee Harris and the rest of this offense work their way back onto the field.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October, because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started. At the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around They run for it with Harris. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
First down, Pittsburgh.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. Defensively, Ogbonnia Okoronkwo made the stop.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
Holding offense.
So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. That'll give him 8 that time, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. They're going for it. This is Harris. And they are going to stop him on 4th and 1 as they'll wind up going backwards.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At the 45. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. In trouble, and he's taken down.
Alex Highsmith making the nice play and getting the sack. On 4th down, Matt Araiza sent on to punt.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Fielded at the 20. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Here comes the Pittsburgh Steelers and running back Najee Harris.
He's doing his thing. He's got some good yardage, but his team right now in the 2nd quarter, 0 points.
Just not a complete formula. Half of it's there, being able to run the ball and set the tone. What if they may have to go to some play action, throw off the run game, and try and get the ball in the end zone?
I was just going to ask you that same thing. Maybe you use that run now to set up the pass, right?
I would think so, because the run has been very effective for them.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
70 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a pass hauled in downfield. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Najee Harris,
his 11th touchdown of the year.
And the Steelers are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
Boswell good with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive.
And it was finished off by a Najee Harris touchdown. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. With the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Faking the give. Now Watson.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive.
Now a give, running left is Harris. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the plays we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
That was well coached and even better executed because you saw him looking for the cutback lane, never materialized, and had excellent pursuit to stack that play up.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The Steelers try it, but they come up empty on 4th down. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try to get some points and feel great going into the half.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Off of play action, it's Watson. And he'll go right back to Moore, complete again. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Consecutive catches for him, that good for 11. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Watson. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts.
So as they talk it over, we step aside.
3rd and long, it's Watson. He's going to get there to his running back out of the backfield. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Watson off play action. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Patterson's kick is good.
And they take the lead here now at 10-7.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Steelers.
We've sat in a lot of meetings, and they always talk about the offense taking advantage of beginning a half. Well, special teams coaches don't listen to that. They want to take advantage with their own unit, and they just did.
Yeah, they trailed in the locker rooms, and they changed that immediately.
I think they drew that one up special. That felt like something he pulled out of his pocket that he'd been holding for a while, and they were able to use it effectively.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25.
Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 25-yard line.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
Fights loose. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Not good for 22 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb.
Holding. Offense.
And that's on the guard, Wyatt Teller. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd down at the 35-yard line.
Now Watson. This short pass into the hands of Njoku.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Back to throw, Watson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
A big play that time for Cleveland. 46 yards.
As my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
At the Steelers' 7-yard line.
Watson now to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. So no gain on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Watson looks to throw again. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. It's a pickup of 6.
That's good for another Cleveland Browns.
They'll run with Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb with career touchdown number 75.
And the Browns have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 17-14.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Back to throw. Gallagher eluding the pressure right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Oh, Chubb fumbled it.
And it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on third down, Gallagher. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. When points result, we'll call this play significant.
And he's going to get this inside the 30.
86 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. And they're going to speed things up here. To throw on second down, Gallagher setting up the screen. Harris. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Looking to throw. Gallagher. Got his man, and it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Allen Robinson, a 9-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers have moved out in front here in the fourth quarter.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that will make this a 4-point game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Oh, fighting off the defender. And now off to the races, down the right side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. That is catch number 300 now for his NFL career. Watson.
Right back to Njoku.
And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. Over the middle, Amari Cooper. It's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth-quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that gives them a 3-point lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Najee Harris and the Steeler offense set to go to work once again. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. And Najee going to have a Steelers first down as he'll get this up to the 39. Operating from the gun, Gallagher. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So a first and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. They'll try the right side with Harris. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 115 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Throwing on first down, Gallagher. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Here's second and 10. On the give, this is Harris. And outbounds right around the 20. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run again with Harris. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
They hand this off to Harris. Pushing and finding his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are able to move back in front. Boswell good with the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game.
Browns 24. Chris Boswell, the kickoff for Pittsburgh.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. So now it's Watson and the Browns. Down 28-24. A little under 2.5 to go. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback, he's not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Gets this to Moore. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. So they'll accept that penalty, and that'll, of course, move the football up the field. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
Watson. Completes to Njoku. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save the timeout. To throw, Watson. Connects with Peoples-Jones.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
2nd and 6 coming up. Watson to throw. Into the hands of Cooper. Here now, 3rd down. Now Watson. A quick throw there is incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't.
And shedding the tackle, and now some room.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down, and he'll have it by plenty, as it turns out to be a big gainer there on 4th down. Here's Watson. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort turned it into a successful play.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1.
Now Watson. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time. Watson on 4th down.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers have just about sewn up this football game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And still 2 timeouts defensively, but even if they choose to use those, 3 kneel downs should be enough to get out of here with a victory.
And that's exactly what's being stated into the head coach's headset. Oftentimes they have a guy upstairs who monitors this at the end of the game. A little clock management 101.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They run again with Harris.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
On 2nd down, this is Harris.
And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
3rd down and 6.
This is Harris. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. They run for it with Harris. Bust through the tackle.
And he is going to have a Steeler 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it. That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the 4th quarter.